Welcome to Oral, Openly Real Advice for Lovers. My name is Ashley, and this is...
Ethan.
This episode, we are going to be talking about fingering.
Or finger fucking.
Or finger fucking. That's pretty...
It's pretty hot.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
So, I'm gonna admit, even though I dated women for a really long time, I'm not very good at this. I had to go to other people for advice on how to do this. I can lick a pussy, but when it comes to fingering, not very good at it. So this man right here is very, very good at it. So I'm gonna let him take this one. Go ahead, Ethan.
Okay. Well, I love finger fucking. I think it's a lot of fun because my hands can do things my penis can't. As much as it would love to, it's just not quite as skilled as these bad boys. But that's because your fingers can do different things than your penis. I know it's a shock. But when it comes to fingering, you've got a lot of different techniques you can kind of go into. You've obviously got the clit and the G-spot, which both need your attention. So we could first talk about the clit and then go into the G-spot.
Right. I taught you recently a pretty good method. So I'm not terrible, but we talked about in one of the last episodes was masturbating with your partner to see what they do. And so when we did it, I showed him what I did, and then I let him do it on me, and
The results worked out well.
The results were pretty good. So yeah, you mastered it better than I have.
And just to explain what that kind of technique was, you're really putting your fingers.
So knuckle is your clit, and you are one finger on each side, and you just rub, put a little bit of pressure, find out how much pressure your partner wants, and really when if I don't have any toys around and I'm going old school manual, that's what I call it. That's what I'm doing. So,
and you're like on the top of the hood, right?
Right, exactly. So knuckle, clit is your clit, and two fingers, and it feels fucking amazing. If you want to go over it a little bit to give them a little bit of a shaky feeling, because that's exactly what will happen. But that's my trick personally, and I was shocked honestly to know that you had never done that before and never heard of that. So, yay!
Yeah, that was fun, I think it gives you a lot of control, and certainly enjoyed it. So, always fun to add something to your repertoire, and so I think that's a great technique for anyone looking to do some clitoral stimulation. But also remember too, to pull on the lips and the labia and stuff, just like we talked about. The dick is not a fragile little balloon toy or something that's gonna pop if you play with it. The pussy's not gonna break either.
No.
So you can like tug the lips, you can push it up, pull it down, you can give it a little smack.
Honestly, I'm not really into that. That's not something that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna teach you a little something here for me at least. Girls are a little self-conscious when it comes to the whole lip thing. You know, everybody's kind of afraid that they have the roast beef vagina. Girls, if you have a roast beef vagina, who fucking cares? It still works. But so paying attention to all of the lips and everything is not going to make her feel comfortable, in my opinion. But if she doesn't give a fuck, then fucking go for it. And honestly, there's not a lot of sensation there for me, but I don't really have a lot of lips down there, so but I mean, that's where communication comes into play. Sure. Every single episode that we're gonna have, you guys, we're gonna talk about communication. Make sure you're communicating with your lover. So, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think that's important. If someone says you have a roast beef pussy, dump them. That's probably the first thing you should do. So I think that's good, and then we can talk a little bit about hitting that G-spot, which is certainly my favorite.
It's your specialty, really, honestly.
So
I'll fucking drink to that.
Again with that, we've all seen the little come hither thing like that. But
which I talked about in my very first episode, which I realized after talking to this gentleman that I was wrong. So go ahead.
So, that's going to feel good, but, if you really want to get a kind of convulsive squirting orgasm out of somebody, what you're going to want to do is kind of put your fingers in, and you want to kind of start slowly, pull back a little bit, kind of into the pubic bone, and you can kind of see, you can almost just like pull them around the bed like that.
And she's going to be like moving up and down. It'll be kind of forceful.
Yeah. You have to really put a lot of effort into it.
Right.
And so probably a lot of people don't want to push themselves that hard because they're worried about hurting their partner, but
you won't hurt them. No, the vagina can handle.
And again, when you're doing this kind of motion, you're going to be hitting like up against their muscle and their bone, and so it's not going to be. You're not like you're not pushing into anything that's. So
you'll be like this, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's more like you were telling me that one day it's more like this.
It's more your arm.
It's more your arm
so it's
not this because there's not much strength in this. There's more in this, and I have to say that I've never had as an intense squirting orgasm as I have with this than I did with this.
Yeah, and so the key things to remember are when you're doing this, you'll kind of feel the vagina like kind of loosen up, I guess would be a good word, or kind of open up a little bit when you know that it's starting to kind of when they're getting close to squirting, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
you'll kind of hear a little bit of the liquid squishing back and forth, so you're on the right track.
Is it kind of like, can you feel it, like the liquid like hitting you and all that kind of stuff? Like, how does that happen?
Not well. Like when it gets to a certain point, you can definitely feel like all the liquid in there.
Right.
And then
like in Niagara Falls.
And then when you take your hands out, it's gonna push it out. But yeah, normally you can really kind of feel when your partner's starting to get kind of an orgasmic response from it.
Is there any kind of contraction?
There is a little bit for sure, but I would say for me it's more when I kind of hear the sound. I know that they're very close.
Okay.
And then at that point, all you have to do is just like do it as hard as you can until your arm's about to fall off. And then
is it hard work doing all that?
It is hard work.
Yeah?
It's not hard work for me because I can just get in a trance and go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely.
You work up a sweat?
You definitely work up a sweat doing that. Particularly because then they'll typically want you to do it again.
Yes. Yes.
And so you can continue to. Oh no, we lost our light. So you can continue to do it, and you can get a lot of orgasms out of them that way. So I highly recommend it. Just don't have fun with it. Don't be scared. Obviously, if they, listen to feedback and happy squirting.
Happy orgasms, happy fingering, happy blowjobs, happy hand jobs. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.